The core principle of Stoicism involves mastering the art of not caring, a pivotal concept that empowers you to maintain complete control over yourself. By achieving this mastery, external influences lose their power to sway or dominate you. In this video, we'll explore 11 Stoic lessons aimed at helping you attain the skill of not caring. Before we dive in, I want to express gratitude for your viewership. If you find value in this content, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more transformative Stoic insights. Lesson 1. Concentrate on what you can control. As Epictetus wisely asserted, life's primary task is to discern and separate matters into two categories: externals beyond our control and choices within our control. When faced with a situation that disturbs or frustrates you, resist immediate reactions. Take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, and conscientiously evaluate the aspects of the situation that lie within your sphere of influence versus those that do not. Direct your energy towards areas you can control, such as your perspective, attitudes, and responses. Release any attachment to the desire to manipulate or alter external factors like other people, events, the past, or the future. Understand and accept the limits of your own agency, finding serenity within these boundaries. By focusing solely on what lies within your power, you cultivate freedom. This liberation allows you to break free from the cycle of perpetual disappointment that results from attempting to control aspects ultimately beyond your influence. It also provides mental space for purposeful action. While actively working to improve challenging situations is commendable, do so without becoming attached to specific outcomes dependent on external factors. Your contentment stems from aligning with your values and making choices, not from attempting to control what is not rightfully yours to govern. Lesson 2. Embrace life's imperfections. Inherent to human nature is the inclination to crave order and predictability, aspiring for a world that makes sense and follows a plan. However, imperfections, mistakes, and suffering are inevitable aspects of life. Recognizing this truth is crucial, as expecting or demanding perfection from yourself, others, or life sets the stage for perpetual frustration and disappointment. Release the insistence that things should conform to an idealized version, and instead, channel your energy into working with life as it is, not as you wish it to be. Approach difficulties without judgment, responding with an artful eye. Extend compassion to others for their imperfections, acknowledging the shared human experience of falling short. Cultivate self-compassion for your own shortcomings, using setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than self-flagellation. While continuous self-improvement is commendable, let it be motivated by a desire for personal growth, not by dwelling on failures or setbacks. Acknowledge that progress unfolds gradually and unevenly. Make peace with the perpetual human condition of not meeting ideals, understanding that the quest for perfect order often stems from a need for control and certainty. Have faith in your inner resources to navigate life's twists and turns, even in moments of pain or fear. Release the need for circumstances to be different, embracing the fundamental messiness and unpredictability of life. Doing so brings tremendous freedom, allowing you to cease struggling against the inherent nature of reality. Gain perspective to respond wisely to life's events as they unfold, flowing with equanimity, acceptance, and wisdom through the ups and downs. Lesson 3. Cultivate mindfulness. In the hustle of life, it's easy to become entangled in past regrets or future anxieties. But doing so robs you of the only tangible time, the present moment. Practicing mindfulness becomes a powerful tool to anchor yourself in the now. When you find your mind wandering into memories or future scenarios, gently redirect your attention to the current experience. Engage your senses, tuning into the sights, sounds, and sensations unfolding around you. Regular mindfulness meditation proves invaluable in strengthening your concentration and enhancing your ability to return to the present. Find a comfortable seated position, close your eyes, and focus on the rhythmic inflow and outflow of your breath. When thoughts arise, observe them non-judgmentally, guiding your attention back to the breath. This practice prevents getting lost in mental narratives about the unchangeable past or the speculative future. By immersing yourself fully in each moment, you make each experience vivid and precious. Extend this habit throughout your day, redirecting your focus to the present. Take time to appreciate positive details, a warm cup of coffee, laughter with a friend, the sensation of the wind. Mindful presence infuses life with richness that is often overlooked when the mind dwells elsewhere. While planning for the future is essential, staying mindful of the present moment builds resilience. Trust that by engaging fully with each unfolding experience, you develop the capacity to handle whatever arises, whether good or bad. Lesson 4. perspective is crucial. In the face of upsetting events, it's natural to be swept away by subjective and emotional reactions. However, the Stoics advocate for taking a step back and adopting a more objective view before responding. When you sense your emotions intensifying, resist the urge to vent or act impulsively. Instead, pause, take deep breaths, and create mental space. Then, examine the situation rationally, as if you were an outsider looking in. Ask yourself questions to gain perspective. Is my response proportional to what actually happened? How might this look years from now? What's the wisest perspective to adopt? This mental exercise helps loosen the grip of emotions on your thinking by introducing space between your subjective reaction and the objective event. This distance provides clarity, empowering you to choose thoughtful next steps rather than reacting impulsively. While it's important to honor your emotions, don't let them dictate your response. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, it's not external things that disturb you, but your own judgment of them, the judgment that you have the power to alter. Remember, you always have a choice in how you perceive situations. Even in the face of painful events, you can view them as opportunities for learning and growth by seeking the upside. Your experience profoundly depends on your chosen perspective, highlighting the transformative power of how you interpret and respond to life's challenges. Lesson 5. Embrace change. In life, nothing remains constant. Impermanence and change are intrinsic to existence itself. Attempts to rigidly control or cling to the status quo inevitably fail, leading to suffering. Deep reflection on the reality of aging, loss, and death is essential. Relationships evolve, circumstances transform, and the wheel of life keeps turning. To navigate this, embracing change becomes crucial, flowing with it artfully. When you catch yourself resisting or clinging to the past, pause and recognize that resisting the fundamental nature of life only begets anxiety and disappointment. Release the futile attempt at control and move into courageously embracing change. Each transition conceals opportunities within apparent challenges. Have faith that closing one door opens another, offering growth beyond what you could have imagined. While it's important to honor the past and grieve losses mindfully, avoid becoming stuck in mourning a faded past. Shift your focus to the possibilities in front of you. Embracing life's dynamic nature keeps you flexible and responsive as situations evolve. As Seneca wisely stated, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Trust the cycles of life, accepting endings as opportunities for valuable new beginnings. This mindset allows you to navigate life's changes with resilience and openness. Lesson 6. Exercise judicious judgment. Critiquing the mistakes and weaknesses of others comes easily, yet harsh judgment often reveals more about our own insecurities, arrogance, or pettiness than about the individuals in question. Before negatively judging someone, pause and reflect on whether your judgment stems from personal biases or issues. Consider whether their actions truly merit condemnation or if it's merely a matter of personal taste. Examine your motives and contemplate if positive intent could underlie their actions, or if cultural differences might be causing misunderstanding. Recognize that hurt people often unintentionally hurt others. Withhold judgment until you've considered their perspective, attempting to empathize and understand their position. Focus criticism solely on issues involving injustice, cruelty, or harm. Even then, aim to understand the root causes of such behavior. Remember the wise words of Marcus Aurelius: "The people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They're like this because they can't tell good from evil." Stay tolerant and avoid passing judgment on minor imperfections or matters of subjective opinion. Instead, offer feedback compassionately when it can genuinely help others improve. Nurture growth in those around you by emphasizing their potentials more than their flaws. This approach fosters a positive environment conducive to learning and development. Lesson 7. Practice forgiveness. When someone wrongs or harms you, holding on to resentment ultimately hurts you more than it does them in the long run. While seeking justice for legitimate wrongs is reasonable, be cautious about harboring a desire for vengeance. As Nelson Mandela wisely noted, resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Resentment energetically binds you to past hurts. Forgiveness doesn't imply condoning poor behavior or forcing reconciliation. Instead, it involves letting go of bitterness and genuinely wishing the best for those who've hurt you, even if from a distance. This act untethers you from past pain. Consider that those who harm others likely carry their own unresolved traumas and flaws, and approach them with compassion while safeguarding yourself as needed. To release anger, delve beneath its surface to identify the unmet needs causing it. Needs like security, respect, and belonging. Seek ways to nurture these needs in healthy ways rather than clinging to rage. Internalize the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Forgiveness is an act of self-love that breaks cycles of revenge. Have the courage and patience to let forgiveness heal your wounds. It opens up the present and future, allowing you to move forward unburdened by the weight of the past. Lesson 8. Embrace laughter. The ability to find humor in the absurdities, ironies, and frustrations of life is a source of perspective and joy essential for navigating storms and challenges. Even in hard times, actively seek out moments of humor and levity. Whether through funny animal videos, amusing observations, or jokes with friends, a hearty laugh, even in the face of grim circumstances, can relieve tension and renew your spirit. Maintain a willingness to be lighthearted and not take yourself too seriously. Embracing playfulness and amusement engages your creativity and imagination, helping you find the lighter side of any difficulty. Shared laughter and comedy strengthen social bonds, reinforcing our shared humanity by allowing us to chuckle at common foibles and jokes that cut through differences. As Seneca wisely advised, if you have a cheerful heart, smile and laugh at everything. Humor has the remarkable ability to turn down the volume on adversity, transforming problems into objects of amusement rather than towering seriousness. While acknowledging the depth of life, including its pains, balance it with the medicine of laughter. Levity lifts you from despair and helps you bear the unbearable. Laughter, in essence, becomes a healing force. Lesson 9. Embrace simple living. Chasing after money, status symbols, and luxuries often fails to bring lasting fulfillment. When you find yourself obsessing over acquiring non-essentials such as fancy homes, cars, or gadgets, pause and ask yourself what void you're truly trying to fill. Challenge the connection between your self-worth and appearances, aiming to live modestly. Purchasing ethical, durable goods mindfully can fulfill your needs without indulging in excess. Cultivate pleasures that extend beyond material possessions, time in nature, reading, and nurturing loving relationships. Reflect on the personal cost of prioritizing career ambition and material gain over purpose and connections with people. Consider how consumer culture can feed the ego and divert attention from higher aims. As Seneca wisely noted, it is not the man who has too little that is poor, but the man who hankers after more. True wealth lies in developing wisdom and character, not in accumulating possessions. While financial security eases life stresses, recognize that beyond a certain point, more money may not significantly increase happiness. Avoid confusing the means of living with life's ends. Focus on virtues, service to others, and realizing your unique gifts to lead a fulfilling life. Lesson 10. Cherish the power of silence. There is wisdom in resisting the urge to speak impulsively, recognizing that silence can be golden. Learn to hold your tongue when it would be unwise or unkind to share your immediate thoughts. Pay attention to moments when you feel compelled to blurt out whatever crosses your mind without filter. Before speaking, pause and carefully consider whether voicing those reactions or opinions is truly necessary or beneficial. Beware of excessive speech, even when not overly harmful. As Epictetus advised, nature gave us one tongue but two ears, emphasizing the importance of listening more than talking. Before communicating, ask yourself if your words are true, kind, useful, or if they improve upon silence. If not, let the impulse to speak dissipate without indulging it unnecessarily. Certainly, there are times when speaking your truth is ethical and obligatory. However, not every passing notion requires a public announcement or debate. Mindful silence allows you to gather your mental forces, avoiding needless discord and scattered energy. Embrace the power of thoughtful silence, recognizing that it can bring peace, focus, and clarity to both your inner world and external interactions. Lesson 11. Embrace a more fatty. Rather than constantly resenting circumstances that displease us, the Stoics encourage the practice of mindfully accepting conditions as they are. When faced with frustrating situations, resist the urge to merely complain or rage against reality. Instead, pause and sincerely reflect. Ask yourself, how can I engage constructively with this situation, rather than resisting what cannot be changed? Lean into challenges and limitations, viewing them as opportunities to practice virtues such as courage, wisdom, and justice. For instance, financial hardship can inspire voluntary simplicity, while illness allows for the development of fortitude. Betrayal, as Epictetus advised, improves your discernment of allies. Embrace the idea that events should happen as they do happen, aligning yourself with reality. Take sensible action to improve conditions when possible, but accept what cannot be changed without harboring resentment or self-pity. Maintain equipoise in facing life's ups and downs. Loving your fate means embracing the full spectrum of experience with mindfulness and a positive spirit, stopping the futile fight against reality and turning obstacles into opportunities. Practice amor fati, the love of fate, and find a profound sense of contentment by accepting and even embracing the circumstances life presents, whether they are pleasant or challenging. Thank you for sticking around until the end. If any of these Stoic lessons resonated with you today, feel free to initiate a Stoic discussion in the comments. I welcome these discussions as they align with the practices advised by great Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like. If you want more content like this, consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications. Thank you for watching, and as always, I hope you find peace and serenity in the Stoic ways.